Hello there, my name is Tony Senpai. In about 9 hours, Abyss will end and rotate to something else. And I want to honor current Abyss by completing floor 12 with only 2 characters in each team and try to complete everything with 3 stars in each chamber. The characters that I'm going to use latest main DPSs added to the game, Alhaitham and Wanderer. Both of them will be used with moral support of archons. Alhaitham will be with Raiden Shogun and Wanderer will be with Zhongli. All of the characters are Constellation 0, the builds will be in the end. While I'm going to complete everything, I'm also going to explain some important stuff for you. I've said probably everything that I needed, so let's go. The first card that I'm going to use is character's elemental skill damage plus 20%. It's very beneficial for Alhaitham because most of his damage actually comes from elemental skill. Well, it's not that beneficial for our Wanderer, it doesn't give any damage, it's still useful for Alhaitham, so I picked this over everything else. The first chamber is the easiest one. We use elemental skill of Raiden Shogun, elemental burst of Alhaitham and start attacking. After that we just need to maintain 3 mirrors of Alhaitham by using elemental skill and charge attack at the right time. After killing the first one, immediately going for the second one. While elemental burst of Alhaitham is on cooldown, I'm using elemental burst of Raiden. And if you look closely enough, for some weird reason sometimes I deal physical damage. Well, it is because of the blessing of the moon that deals physical damage when we deal damage with aggravate and spread. It ain't much, but it is still useful. After defeating the robot chicken, which is weirdly enough is the chunkiest one of them all, we are heading to the third robot, and before I'm going to use Raiden Shogun's burst, I get rid of Electro Aura that's applied to this guy. If I would not get rid of this, Raiden Shogun's burst would deal 0 damage. And now the big boy. It's not hard, he's not even responding and staying in one place, so yeah. But also I don't want to use my burst because I want to save it for the hardest chamber, which is going to be the second chamber. So I'm patiently defeating him by only using Alhaitham's elemental skill. The time is still under 1 minute and 30 seconds, so it's alright. And now my Wanderer and Zhongli. My Wanderer's name is Shlyapnik if you're wondering.
Hatter. Shlyapnik. Shlyapnik.
I use Giant Meatball, go to Wanderer, use his burst and then use elemental skill and start doing charge attacks. Wanderer is probably one of the best characters against these enemies if they're grouped, because his damage actually is pretty good. And now pure satisfactory. Wanderer is very good against Abyss mages. In a matter of seconds they are actually out of their shield and stunned there while we are trying to kill them. After Abyss mages there will be 4 Eremites. I wait a little bit and then use Zhongli's meatball to try to stun them in one place when they're all going to be together, but for some weird reason one girl decided not to show up into the party, so she's there, not getting damage, but it's still cool because we still have a lot of time left. And after that, not gonna believe me, but I'm still going to use charge attacks. Yes, very unique gameplay, I know. And now there's only one Eremite girl left and we're gonna treat her the same as every other Eremite girl by beating her. Excellent, we got 3 stars and didn't even get damaged, which is going to be very useful in the second chamber, because it is the hardest one. The card that I'm going to use in second chamber is going to be character's attack plus 20%, which is going to be useful for Alhaitham and Wanderer too. And now, not gonna lie, the second chamber is very hard. Scorpion and Vulture, both of them deal a lot of damage. I'm very happy that this Abyss is rotating to something else, and I'm not going to see those two. So goodbye. It was hard, but eventually I completed this, even though Paimon was definitely on their side. But I don't trust her anyway, so it's all good. And finally, Chamber 2. First of all, we use elemental skill of Raiden, Alhaitham's burst, and after that try not to get damaged by the samurais and try to maintain 3 mirrors to deal maximum amount of damage. And after them comes my favorite creatures of this game, Scorpion and Vulture. I use Raiden's Burst to deal damage and recharge Alhaitham's energy. After doing a few more attacks, I just run for my life. It's much better than just stay in one place. I'm not going to deal much more damage to the Scorpion, for example, because Electro doesn't deal a lot of damage to this guy. Then I use Alhaitham's Burst and start dealing damage, as much as I can do, because on top of that I also need to evade some attacks to just, you know, not die. I do as many attacks as I can do, and then I switch to Raiden, use her burst, do a few attacks, and then I hope to god that he's not going to kill me with his ultimate ability. Fortunately enough, she did not die, and after that I should prioritize destroying this seed, because if you destroy this, they will get stunned. Now the Scorpion do his ultimate ability, I just need to get out of there, and after that destroy this seed. I destroyed it, but I still need to wait a little bit more for elemental skill to recharge. I don't use burst because I will need it in a third chamber. And after a few attacks I destroy him and I complete everything in under 1 minute and 30 seconds. And now the Wanderer's part with triple Mago Kenki. I use Shield of Zhongli, use a burst to evade the damage, go to Wanderer, use his burst and start doing charge attacks. One important thing that I need to tell you here is that my Zhongli doesn't have a lot of HP, and sometimes I need to evade the damage from them and to strafe around with Wanderer, unfortunately losing damage because of that. And there's two things that I need to consider. For example, I can sometimes use my stamina to get a little higher, so I won't get damaged by the cryo field. And unfortunately, if you use your stamina to get higher or to strafe around, you lose some damage, but it's unimportant if you still complete everything in recommended time. Right here I actually messed up a little bit and used Zhongli's shield, not very good, and Cryo Mago Kenki did a lot of damage to me. And right here, Animus Mago Kenki dealt damage to me and actually broke my shield. But it's not that important because they're almost dead. After defeating the two of them, there is only one left, the Cryo one. I'm just using my normal attacks to destroy him, and that's it, 3 stars. Finally, the last chamber and I'm going to be free. The card that I'm going to use is crit rate and crit damage increase. I could have picked the other one, but I picked crit rate and crit damage for consistency. Our first enemy will be flying Dorito, and while we're waiting for him to appear and Alhaitham looking down on him, we're going to use Raiden's elemental skill and going to use Alhaitham's combo to do elemental skill and plunge attack to immediately gain 3 mirrors. We attacking him, don't care about taking damage, and after he disappears we're going to the place where he teleport and sit. After that I switch to Raiden Shogun and then switch back to Alhaitham, so I will lose my mirrors, and when I'm going to use burst I will get full 3 mirrors. After that, nothing fancy, just attacking him while we can. In between we're going to use Raiden's burst to deal damage and recharge Alhaitham's burst. Here's the funny part that I actually decided to leave in the video and not to retry everything. He became invisible and I actually have no clue where he is, because he can appear basically anywhere. Most of the time I have Nahida against him and I actually see a flower on him, but I don't have Nahida here. Eventually I find him, get my Alhaitham's burst back, use it and start attacking him. And right when he's almost dead, I use Raiden's burst for the style points. And now the last part. I wait for them to come closer and then use Zhongli's meatball. After that I switch to Wanderer and do some wandering stuff. They're a little bit separated here, but it still doesn't matter. And here is my favorite part when I use Zhongli to deal 5 million damage. I go to the left and after that use Zhongli's burst and after that Wanderer's burst. Didn't hit anyone with Wanderer burst, but I accepted this, used elemental skill and start doing charge attacks. And in a matter of seconds I killed all of their Pokemons. Used Zhongli's Stone Meatball and after that started wandering. I tried to group them with my normal and charge attacks, so I can use my burst more efficiently. Now there is only 12 seconds left, but my elemental skill is ready and I'm just starting doing normal and charge attacks. And in the end I do beautiful landing and earn 3 stars. My reward was wasted time and the realization that this probably was the last time that I completed this abyss, and I got sad for about like 1 second, because then I realized that there will be no vulture and scorpion in the future abyss, probably. Or maybe there will be something more horrific. Well, I'm actually looking for this. So, thank you for watching, I hope you liked this video. If you want to see my builds, here they are, and yeah, that's it. See ya!
"花と酒を手に景色を堪能しようとしたが、あの頃とはもう違う。